A lot of divers have a Nitrox certification, but here's the reality. Not many actually understand it. Most people just enter the gas into their dive computer, look at the MOD, and follow it. But take the computer away, and suddenly, they're not sure if the gas they're breathing is even safe. Nitrox isn't complicated. You just need to understand three things: depth, oxygen percentage, and partial pressure. Once you see how these three connect, everything starts to make sense. In this video, I'm going to break down three things: how to calculate your maximum operating depth, how to check if a gas is safe at a certain depth, and how to choose the best Nitrox mix for your dive. Before we get into it, two quick things. This is not a replacement for a Nitrox course. And second, this isn't difficult math. Just follow the logic and you'll get it. Let's start with the most important one, MOD. Every Nitrox mix has a depth limit. Go beyond that limit, and the problem isn't lack of oxygen. It's too much of it. As recreational divers, we usually use a maximum partial pressure of 1.4. That's our safety boundary. Let's take an example. You're using 32% Nitrox. That's 0.32 as a decimal. Now here's the relationship. Partial pressure divided by oxygen fraction gives you pressure. So 1.4 divided by 0.32 gives you about 4.375 atmospheres. But that includes the 1 atmosphere at the surface. So we subtract 1. That gives us 3.375. Now convert that into depth. In seawater, every 10 meters adds 1 atmosphere. So 3.375 times 10 gives you about 33.7 meters. That's your MOD. For 32% Nitrox, your limit is around 33 meters. Not complicated, just step by step. Now let's flip it around. What if you already know your depth? How do you know if your gas is still safe? Same idea. Oxygen fraction multiplied by pressure gives you partial pressure. Let's say you're using 36% Nitrox and planning a dive to 30 meters. First, calculate pressure. 30 divided by 10 plus 1 equals 4 atmospheres. Now calculate partial pressure. 0.36 times 4 equals 1.44. And there it is, 1.44. That's above 1.4, which means that gas is not safe at that depth. It's not about close enough. You've already crossed the line. This is why you don't just look at percentages. You look at what that gas becomes at depth. Now the last part, choosing the right mix. A lot of divers ask, what's the best Nitrox mix? But that's the wrong question. The better question is, what's the best mix for this depth? We just reverse the formula. Partial pressure divided by pressure gives you oxygen fraction. Let's say your planned depth is 25 meters. First, calculate pressure. 25 divided by 10 plus 1 equals 3.5 atmospheres. Now apply the limit. 1.4 divided by 3.5 equals 0.40. That's 40% Nitrox, which means at 25 meters, 40% is your maximum usable mix within limits. That's what we call the best mix. Of course, real dive planning involves more than this. Bottom time, gas management, team planning. But this is the foundation. And here's the truth most people don't like hearing. A lot of certified divers can't do this. They can dive, but they don't really understand. Your dive computer can calculate for you, but it can't think for you. Real safety doesn't come from your equipment, it comes from your understanding. Remember this, using it doesn't mean you understand it. Calculating it means you actually do. And if you've never really understood these basics, it's not that you can't, you just never learned it properly.